Well, it is a great pleasure to me to invite a very good friend to this conversation, Richard Heath. He comes from Australia. He's the General Secretary of the European Golf Association, also an excellent golfer, and I know that as a fact, he's the European Mid-Amateur champion, and I know that we could stay here for hours talking about golf and all the philosophy around the game, but unfortunately we don't have the time to do that. 6 weeks ago, the European Golf Association asked the Portuguese Golf Federation to host the Bonalec Trophy and the inaugural Patsy Hankins Trophy. Why did you choose Portugal to host this event in such a short notice?
I apologise for the short notice, Miguel. As you know, it was a difficult situation. We had originally booked this tournament to be played in Turkey. Turkey has some political issues going on in their country at present. We're very sorry for that. And unfortunately, some of the players felt uncomfortable travelling to Turkey. I don't want to make this a political issue, but there's no way the EGA can specifically guarantee anybody's safety in this day and age to any venue. But the concern that was shown by some of the players and their families was enough to deter us, I'm afraid, from Turkey and to seek a new venue at very short notice. We hope obviously to be able to go back to Turkey as soon as possible and have people feeling that that's where they want to play golf, because it's terrific venues, terrific place, terrific people. So obviously we're very sorry for that outcome, but very pleased to be in Portugal. And we thank you very much for your support, and we're very pleased that we have a representative here from the Turkish Golf Federation, which we've invited here as our guest, and we hope that the relationship between the European Golf Association and the Turkish Golf Federation will continue to be a strong one for many years to come. That's our deepest wish.
But why Portugal? Why not other countries? We had the event only in 2012. That was 4 years ago, and in one of our last conversations with Sir Michael Bonalec, he said, "Well, we're very happy, and it's a good sign that the Portuguese Golf Federation hosts this event twice in 4 years. That means you're dynamic and you're doing what it has to be done in terms of golf around the world."
We did it so well last time. Well, not only that, it's the fact that this resort here in Vidago has everything we need for such an international match. It has a perfect setting, it has perfect hotels, perfect facilities for the players and for the officials, beautiful hotel and a beautiful golf course. We couldn't ask for anything more, and the fact that it was available at such short notice made it all a perfect solution. So obviously we're very pleased to have been able to accept your kind invitation and come to Portugal.
We're very happy to have you here. Over the last few years, I know you've witnessed many successful professional golfers coming through the amateur events, playing the Bonalec Trophy. I'm talking about players like Rory McIlroy, Sergio Garcia, Martin Keimer. I mean, all of those players, including now a Portuguese player, Ricardo Mel Gouveia, never played the Bonalec Trophy, but he did play a lot of EGA events, and is now currently 10th at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. How important is the role of the EGA and its member federations in the development of these golfers?
Well, Ricardo's doing superbly well, and wish him very much the best of luck this week. And as you say, it's been a pleasure for us to just have a part, no matter how small or large people think that is, in developing these players. And I think the main thing is that we create a framework for the national federations to have a national team and something for them to, a number of goals for them to set during the year based on our championships. They're a highlight for them, I think, to play in. We experience wonderful feeling, and experiences that come through our championships are all very positively viewed by the players. We know they have a good time, and playing for a European Championship and having all the countries come together in that way is something really very special, and we're delighted at the European Golf Association to be able to provide that for our national federations. That is one of our core businesses. and I think the results speak for themselves because it is very intense competition.
Yeah.
We have 6-player teams most of the time playing in these tournaments, and the national federations have very good training programs, and the quality of all 6 players is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And of course they're playing
Yeah.
the same quality players from other countries, so they just develop from one another, and their skill level grows and grows until they're ready to turn professional.
Mm-hmm.
and take on the rest of the world themselves as individuals. It's great to be part of that whole
Mm-hmm.
scene.
But there's still a gap, and I think we all agree with this, between amateur golf and professional golf. And there's not a link yet, or there's a very tiny link nowadays between top amateur golf and then a professional golf. So this means that the federations, the AGA, we invest quite a lot of money, time, and everything in developing these players. And then, if they don't have a challenge tour card or an European tour card or any other professional tour card, they cannot play any golf. And they could have been world amateur number 1. What is wrong in this process? What do we need in order to allow our top amateur golfers to progress into the professional rankings in a smooth way?
It's my opinion that in Europe we lack a certain framework, and possibly the EGA has to take a little bit of a look at itself and the way it organises its events. We're very pleased to have the championships, as I say, there for the players, but the progression perhaps isn't as obvious as it could be. In America, for example, you're a high school student, you play in junior events. You move to college, you play in college events. You graduate from college. If you're then good enough, you play in the professional events. There's a very obvious process for which the players can follow. Here I don't think it's quite so obvious, and even though we have a lot of European players going to the US to go to college, which is great, which is wonderful, it gives them a little bit more structure. I think in particular for those that stay behind, it's unsure of really the pathway they should take, and sometimes they turn professional a little bit early and they struggle and then become discouraged, and then they don't really want to play golf anymore, and that's a shame because that's why they wanted that profession in the first place, because of the enjoyment of the game. And I think it's sad that so many golfers who do try and turn professional, particularly those that turn perhaps too early, then turn their backs on the game. I know they're faced with a difficult situation in that then they have to try and get some sort of career path together. But it's a shame that golf loses these players because they've been part of our family for so long, and they can give so much more back to the game and perhaps get further rewards from the game. It doesn't have to stop with an attempt at the professional ranks. They can come back and play in some wonderful amateur competitions. They can have a career, they can have a family, they can enjoy it from that point of view. So I think if we can work with our national federations to create a more obvious structure to make it easier for those who want to choose that career path, but then also have a structure for those that perhaps then see that they've had their chance but they want to come back into the amateur game again. Everything's there and it's a little bit more obvious, the options that are open to them.
Yeah. Well, one last question. It's regarding the sustainability of the game, and we all been suffering in terms of attracting people to the game, retaining people in the game. And I know now that the European Golf Association is extremely concerned about the sustainability of the game around Europe, and it's 47 members, correct?
47.
And we're all doing different projects in different countries. And I know now that Portugal is or will be part of this Go Golf project. Could you explain us a little bit what is Go Golf project?
Go Golf is an EU-funded project, a project that's funded through the European Union or European Commission's Erasmus Plus scheme, and it's targeting health and physical activity, the importance of having a healthy lifestyle, being physically active not just when you're young but right through life. And I think golf has a very important role to play there because so many people can play golf of any age. Right through their lifetime, and I think the decision of what sort of choices they're going to make often come when they're in their mid to late teens, and we're targeting that group, young students who haven't played golf before. We're encouraging them to take up the game and let us know what their opinion is, why they want to keep going or why they don't want to keep going, and what we can learn from that. From that point of view, it's an investment for the future. Learning about themselves, the modern day.
And then we really find strategies to address directly those issues.
Exactly. I mean, even if some don't want to continue playing golf, that's fine. But those that want to play, we also have to know, give them some very certain idea, something that's very obvious to them about how they can progress in golf and what is the next stage, and do they join a club or do they just play once a week via a green fee. And very much we think that playing in the club atmosphere is something that they can enjoy for many, many years. It's something where it's not just a sporting event, it's not just keeping your levels of physical activity where they should be. It's about the social interaction you have in that environment as well. It's something that is really looking at the overall health of a human being and the way they go through life.
Well, I must admit, as I said in the beginning, I think we could stay here for hours, as we do very often. But Richard, thank you so much for coming here. It's a great pleasure to have you and your team and all the officials from the EGA, RNA and the Asia Pacific of a wonderful week of golf. The matches are going on. It seems that the European side in the men's event in the Bonalla Trophy are doing quite well. In the Patsy Hankins, it seems the other way around. Let's see a couple of matches this afternoon and see tomorrow. And thank you so much for coming and being here with us.
Thanks for being a host of these great competitions, Miguel.
Thank you, Richard.
Pleasure to be back here in Portugal.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.